the college basketball season. Tonight, we will crown the winner of this year's tournament. And no matter what the outcome here tonight, what a ride it has been. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers and the Michigan Wolverines.
You've got that right. I mean, this is what each student-athlete has worked so hard for all season long. An opportunity for the title. I mean, this game might very well be the defining moment for the lives of every one of these young men.
Both these teams have gone through so much adversity just to make it here. All tournament long, it's been survive and advance, but now this is the part where you put all your chips on the table and just lay it on the line.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Kaminsky. Hawkins is out there with Hill. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the four-man position. And the basket by Kaminsky. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late, Clark. Last decade and a half have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
Here's Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Hill with it. It's Evans, top of the key. Rebounded by Ellis.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title. Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now, here is... the rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
So Michigan ends up going with the new group. Michigan with the ball.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a four-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
And Wisconsin, looking at who they've got. They've got Decker. Hill is out there with Fisher, and it's Walker in at the four slot. And Michigan has possession. They trail by one. Pass to Jones from deep. The Badgers pull it in.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. And the Badgers with possession here. Hill kicks to Decker. He dishes it to Fisher. Hill against Banks. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Badgers making a switch here. Evans is checked in. So he picks up just one from the line that time.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there. You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Now here is Hill, guarded closely, and the foul called on Freak. And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
And not exactly the start they were looking for, but there's still a lot of basketball left. You have to think they'll be mixing things up a little bit in terms of adjustments.
Well, Greg, I tell you what, the hole is deep, and if they want to hoist that trophy at the end of the game, they've got to get more from their star player, Freak. He's got to take over.
On the court for Michigan. Freak, he's in at the point. Smith is out there with Ellis. Then it's Jones. And it's Crawford at the shooting guard position. Michigan trails by 6.
What a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Hill passes to Decker. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
Freak dishes to Jones. Feeds to Freak. Lets it go from the wing. Another shot, and the shot is good. The Badger lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Smith.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here is Hill. They set the pick. Here's Hawkins. Shot is off. Great D that time from Freak. For the lead, and that is good. Freak's got the lead up to 1 now for the Wolverines.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Hill against Crawford. Hill kicks to Evans. And again, it's the Badgers missing. And Michigan has possession. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. There's Freak. And there's another one for the Wolverines.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Payton passes to Conley. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Wisconsin trails by 3. Wade kicks to Payton. Dishes it to Gibson. And out of bounds as the Wolverines gain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Freak dishes to Taylor. It's Jefferson high post. Michigan moving it around. There's the screen. Here's Cunningham. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Hill, also Payton out there, and it's Gibson in at the power forward. Count the buckets.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Freak passes to Flash. Taylor kicks to Jefferson. There's Freak. A 3-pointer off the mark. Wisconsin trails by 3. Out to Conley to tie it up. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Michigan with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. That is good. And that's 13 points for Freak.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
The Badgers making a switch here. .59 seconds left in this one. Kicks to Crawford. To the middle. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
It's been a good one for Smith. He's got 8 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Decker kicks to Hawkins. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Badgers will retain possession here. .46 seconds left here in the second half of the game. Hawkins, a screen on Ellis. And that's Evans penetrating. And again, it's the Badgers missing. And that's an intentional foul. And he drops the first one, and he can gather himself now and try to make it 2 in a row. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Pass to Hill. There's 21 seconds left in the second half of basketball.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Michigan with the ball, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game. .15 seconds left here in the second half. To the right side. Here's Decker. The three-pointer off the mark. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And no good this time on the 1-and-1. The 3-ball misses the shot. And so it's Michigan winning this one. And what an incredible feeling it is for a team.